Good morning, everyone. My name is Angie Ervin. I would like to talk to you today about the Southside location. The Southside Church was built in 1985 with just 33 families, mine being one of those. I can remember the first time that I was invited to Shepherd of the Woods. I had met Pastor Ted Wint at a dinner the week prior, just briefly, maybe 5 minutes we spoke. We lived on the south side in apartments just really close to the church. I think they're condos now, but they were apartments then. And I pulled into the Publix at the Deerwood location. If you don't know that Deerwood, it's the south side Bay Meadows location. And as I pulled up in my car, I had my young son in the back seat. I was getting him out of the car seat, and out steps a gentleman, you know, in the black suit with the collar, and it was Pastor Ted. And he said to me, "Well, good morning, Angie. It was nice to meet you. Are you coming to church Sunday?" And I said, "Well, we had talked about it, but I think we'll talk about it further, and we'll see." That was my first invitation to Shepherd of the Woods, and all this history there. We were worshiping at Advent and thought that God was calling us to worship at Shepherd of the Woods. At that time we worshiped, we were in the gymnasium at Jacksonville Country Day. If you could imagine a gymnasium with the basketball hoops kind of in every four corners. So there was kind of a standing joke there that if the sermon went a little too long, we could just toss a basketball hoop through the hoop as a reminder, since he pretty much proclaimed the word right under the hoop. Of course, we wouldn't really do that because it wouldn't be very respectful, but it is a very funny imagery, is it not? All of our church fellowship dinners and gatherings were held in members' homes. One of our members at that time, and it's a mouthful, and I can't believe I remembered their names because this was 30-some-odd years ago, Nancy and Vigo Conrad Eberlin. They lived at Atlantic Beach. We had our dinners there because we didn't have the building yet. And so we would travel out to Atlantic Beach and have fellowship dinners. Also, they hosted the youth. At the time I was working with the youth, my kids were of that age, so that worked out for me. So it was probably an even split. There was probably 6 youth and maybe 6 helpers, so there was a lot of supervision there, but we had a really great time doing those dinners. Now we are blessed to have this facility to have fellowship and also our Southside location. My children were baptized there. My daughter Brittany, when she was baptized, this was before Pastor Johnson came. We had an interim pastor, Pastor Stan Christensen, and he probably assumed that the council would handle things as the baptism would go during the service, and just being the interim pastor, he was thinking that would be set up. So when we got up during the service, and as I was holding Brittany and we're going through everything, he looked down and there was no water in the bowl. So the church was in the fellowship hall at that time, so we quickly someone went over and got some water, put it in the bowl, and we proceeded with the baptism. My son's wedding was also at the Southside location. The Southside location for me and for this church really is where everything began. As Pastor Phillips said, the genesis of the church. I can remember having Easter egg hunts for the kids in what was called the prayer garden. That's where the current sanctuary is now located. I have to say, as I look back on my journey here at Shepherd of the Woods, it has had a big impact on my Christian faith. From teaching Sunday school, which I love, directing Vacation Bible School, which I also love, and then working with the youth. On a personal note, however, growing up as a pastor's kid, as we're called, my parents, especially my father, guided me along my journey and had a huge impact on my faith. He passed away just last year, and I miss him dearly. Shepherd of the Woods is not a place that I come to. It's who I am. I do believe that God puts people and places and opportunities in our lives for a reason. I had just that opportunity almost 4 years ago to take a job here at Shepherd of the Woods as an admissions counselor. I've been fortunate enough to meet so many families here at the school. At the Southside location, we fill the hall with 2-year-olds and VPK, working with families of all faith backgrounds there. A lot of them are Hindu or Muslim or just no faith background at all. The children pass through the halls, greeting and seeing all kinds of different groups. and meeting people there. On Mondays, as Pastor said in the announcements, the children will walk through the halls and pass right by the Monday Women's Bible Study as they go into their opening or their chapels. On Tuesday, they'll see the Bridge Ladies. And now, as a manifestation of the ministries that we have in the church, they will have interaction with the Preschool Moms Ministry. A few months ago, I was working at the office at Southside, and I received a call from what sounded like a man, of course, and I immediately assume it's a parent, looking for enrollment for the school. He then informed me that he was struggling with an addiction and wanted to know, does the AA group meet at the church? And I answered yes. I gave him the dates and the times. I gave him the information that he was looking for. And then he asked me, does it cost anything? And I assured him that it doesn't. And I was welcome to give him that information. I was relieved and grateful. As a member of the congregation, hopefully for him, probably a life-changing information. Here at Shepherd of the Woods, we have many groups that use the facilities. We carry our cross to reach people outside the walls of this sanctuary. This is the most important work that we do here at Shepherd of the Woods, beyond worship. Everyone is welcome, just as Jesus did and calls us to do. I'm sure we can recall our first visit here at Shepherd of the Woods, the first person that you might have spoke with, and the warm, open-armed feeling you get when people are truly welcoming the stranger in, as we do here at Shepherd of the Woods. So many people have come and gone through these doors. Thousands. Please consider your own faith journey here at Shepherd of the Woods and respond to the call to support this community that we are all so blessed to be a part of. Thank you.